Okay, so I've been excited to cast Bloodfeather Phoenix for a little while. This is the new 2/2 flying, and if it's in the graveyard, if you deal damage with an instant or sorcery to an opponent or battle, you can pay red to return it to the battlefield and it gains haste. I have a few different shells. For the card. But this is the most exciting one. I always like to play like the most exciting experimental versions first. I've got another like, you know, blue-red version with like Ledger Shredder. I think it looks kind of cool. But I always like to get weird with it at first. Alright, Sneep. Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna rent the 3 Ancakes in the 10 months. Why so many threats in a Phoenix deck? 16 threats, right? I think that's fine. I don't know. Vague questions like this are always like hard to answer. Why so many threats? I've got 8, right? But this is also like not like you're the way people always think of like the same blue-red Phoenix deck from 2016 and think that you have to build it with 8 threats exactly until the end of time. Okay, VIP or VOD for 420, Pizza God 69. Which shall it be? VIP, let's go. Let's hold up the Lava Dart. They could be scammed. They could have Ragavan. I don't know, but it's also like maybe I just don't have to defend every deck immediately. Maybe I just get to like have fun and play a game a little bit. Okay, if I discard Phoenix and Dart, I can potentially Phoenix here. Said I did not discard Phoenix. I do have another Goblin Lore for next turn though. I really wanted to fit Oxyvagonus into the deck. I had a hard time. I thought I clicked this. Oh, there it is. I had a hard time fitting the Oxyvagonuses in. So they do look like scam. I mean, they're red-black with Thoughtseize something. Hellraiser? Yeah, I played a Hollow Hellraiser shell actually, like, very early into Hellraiser being legal. Okay, so we can cast a Hollow one. I still have no Phoenixes in the yard. Classic Phoenix experience. Alright, nothing else. Yeah, some Faithless Salvagings would be freaking nice, huh? They have 1 Lava Dart in the yard? We do have Salvagings. Discard my Phoenix. Alright, I'm gonna card cast the Phoenix. Honestly, not in bad shape though. Thank you, Texas. Yeah, all according to plan. Spyro. Discarding. Another Spyro. No Phoenix Chick for the Tribal. Yeah, I think that card sucks. A very cool card. All the trading, just trying to minimize time between leagues. Or between, between leagues. Well, I'm surprised they just killed the Phoenix main phase. They should have killed it after I attacked, right? It says Menace can't block. I mean, it was not even tapped. Did I consider Jeskai version with Mending? Uh-huh, yeah. I did. Not forgetting about Jegantha here. You still have 1 more Dart in the yard. I got the new Jegantha for today's stream. Hey Bruce, line up with the new Hazoret. I want to cast that card for sure. It wasn't like super high on my list, so I haven't like started to work on it yet. But it is going to be something I cast at some point. I kind of want to take the Ragavan hit so I can hardcast Jegantha next turn. I do have a good amount of cards that are bad for them to hit, but I've got some bricks. I think enough bricks to take the hit. Maybe my life total's not high enough. But yeah, Burning Inquiry is a card that I'm happy enough to see here. They'll probably cast it if their last card's bad. Okay. I'm gonna cast the Inquiry. Well, they cast off the treasure for like literally no reason. They also, I think casting it is probably bad in general. I do have a Bloodfeather Phoenix in the yard now. I also have a Lava Dart. I do think I should just cast another Inquiry here, since I can get the Phoenix back with the Dart. Can maybe get another Phoenix. Oh, I did get another Phoenix. And another one in the hand, too. Wish granted. Alright, not a bad first showing for the card. We are going to be a point short of winning the game this turn. Does it ever make sense to play around Bolt Bolt? I don't think enough sense. So leave back the Arclight Phoenix. Think Bloodfeather has a place in Boros Burn rather than an Arclight Shell. No. I think you could maybe play Bloodfeather Phoenix in like a Prowess Shell, but not a Burn Shell. I wouldn't play it over like any of the usual Burn cards. Okay. Do I want the Leylines? I think so. I put the Listen Stream Decker. I thought I did, so I'm doing like 1,000 things at once. Doesn't Boris have Throne Discovery? That card's not that good at this shell. It's not like a very premium card at all. I just run it back. I could bring in my Wear Tears for their own Leylines. Reevaluate for game 3. And he's just trying Rona combo in Modern. Not the Retraction Helix combo, probably. I think that's more of a Pioneer power level thing. Rona's a really cool card. I like Rona. Like I definitely hope to cast Rona any day now, but I think I keep 2 bolts. I guess they have like Ragavan plus Voidwalker, although we're almost definitely just getting Inquiry on turn 1. Change the rocks for Voidwalker. Well, we have bolts for Voidwalker. Voidwalker is good though. I don't know if you also want to change the rocks. Particularly bad against Hitotsugu. A lot of ins and outs of the case. Alright, let's just bolt. Okay, maybe Goblin Lore next turn now. Make sure we don't discard our second land. We can also go, if they have Voidwalker, bolt Voidwalker into Inquiry. Now I've got a bit of time under my belt. I don't have enough time under my belt to... I've played like 1 or 2 leagues with every deck. Too early to say. I really am wanting to play more of the battle deck, but I can't because it's bugged. Let's go for the Lore. Let's just draw 3 more hollow ones. And keep them all in the hand. Okay, we'll at least skip this one, although we're gonna lose our Bloodfeather Phoenix to this Hearse. Yeah, no, we lost to blue-white control. Yeah, this is our first league, first match with this one. The bug is you don't get to copy any permanent with Invasion of Alara. Put in my crew, Hearse, and block. I would love that. They're thinking about it. It was also letting you cast 4 mana value cards. It wasn't. It was letting you put them into your hand after you cast another spell. But that I don't know. That bug is always so annoying to describe because it's so convoluted. I think I'm gonna salvaging now. It's kind of interesting. I guess way less interesting with 2 pieces of graveyard hate, huh? I'll just be hard casting it next turn. We'll see. Breach any good? Yeah, I'd probably play Ox of Agonis over Breach, especially with no baubles. I did want to fit it in. I had a hard time though. It's just a first draft, of course. Shock's down to 9, so I can play 2 red cards. He's a Pyromancer, I guess. Or no, double red spell, rather. And the Hearse is blocking my hollow one pretty well. So yeah, I guess I'm just trying to hardcast this Phoenix and like maybe draw a bolt. Alright, down to 13. So we're going to discard the Inquiry and the YOLO. Look for a land. Land Lightning Bolt would be exciting. Put Jegantha in my hand instead? I don't know, I think I just cast this. How do you convoke human feel? I do Pioneer deck text. I do usually, but we're turning off deck text for today. I'll get back to it tomorrow. I like to do convoke human. What's weird is like the last league we almost trophied, but the night in the build we had, I think we weren't like very good at convoking compared to the first build we had. So there's like a lot to think about, a lot of testing to do. Always, you know, exciting time. All right, we're just dead, right? We can't race. Especially dead to that. Okay, game three. You know, Hearse is much worse on the draw. What's so tough about Stupid Scam is that sometimes they play Voidwalker and Hearse and Leyline, so it's like bringing in answers to these cards is awkward. Yeah, my own Leyline's definitely reasonable to bring in. I think that cutting some gut shots is fine. We have like 3 Leylines for 3 gut shots, where I just don't feel like I need gut shot for Ragavan as much on the play. I love this hand; it's beautiful. I'm still thinking. Think Fairy Mastermind will find any homes in Modern? No, I think the card could see some play in Legacy. I'm really not thinking of it very much like a Legacy card. Or like a Modern card. Tony, 25 months, thank you. Like a white or green splash, we could play Ancient Grudge. I like Wear Tear a bit more than Ancient Grudge. I also like Change the Rocks, like you exile Sanctifier. If you splash green instead of white, you like cannot beat Sanctifier, which is bad. Well, turn 2 Arclight Phoenix is nice. Do I leave it back to block the monkey? Yes, I think. Could YOLO this Goblin Lore. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we leave it back. If they end up killing it or we block with it, we'll get it back next turn with the Salvaging plus Manamorphose. Although not if they have Voidwalker. But now do I block? I guess. Whatever. Stupid Voidwalker. Stupid scam. My kingdom for lightning bolts. Oh, I owe my kingdom, but we're able to get rid of the Voidwalker. Somebody remind me to deduct my kingdom from my taxes. Will the Lord deck come back today? It's still bugged, so we're going to wait until it's unbugged to play it again. Okay, so we can't get the Bloodfeather Phoenix back right now. Get it back next turn, though. Yeah, the kingdom. I owe it to my deck, I guess. Cast Blood Moon. Okay, Thoughtseize is fine. It took Lava Dart over Goblin Lore? What the heck? I'm so happy with this. Oh, they're playing Harvester. Like you can give the kingdom to any card in particular. The Lightning Bolt, right? Why did they take the Lava Dart? They just like don't think this card's any good, I guess. Maybe they're right. Hopefully we can cast this hollow one. Cool. How many Bloodfeather Phoenixes do I have? I have 2, so let's go Flashback Dart, double Phoenix. The Phoenix looking good so far. Again, you don't have to play it in this shell exactly. I have a couple different builds, but I like this. But it only has 1 card. Caw! Obviously, almost always pairing this card with Lava Dart. Got a race on our hands. Do the other builds also include Arclight? Yeah. I mean, I'm just like an Arclight fanboy for life, so yeah. Alright, they are going to try to race. Yeah, we'll do another league of the green-red Convoke deck next, and then I might do a 5th league today. We'll see. We'll see. I don't just have lethal randomly, do I, right? This is 8 plus 2. It's 1 short. I can't flashback the dart because of the Voidwalker. Very close. Alright, no decisions. Discard another hollow one. They've got no cards in their hand. What can they even draw? Oh, just any removal spell. Good flashback dart. Cast second dart. That's one short of lethal. I counted. Yeah, I mean, hard to get delirium with 2 Voidwalkers being cast. If I do this, they go to 9. No, I can't play red removal. No, kill the Voidwalker? I guess. I kind of like just casting the Goblin Lore. Like, I can still do that if I keep the Lava Dart in my hand, right? Well, they didn't concede. So they either drew Seasoned Pyromancer or we're dead, right? Although this looks like Grief. We beat a Grief. Cast Dart, then cast Lore. Maybe that was better, yeah. Oh, it is a Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, so they need to draw exactly Fatal Push or Fury Red card. This is Graveyard, this is Exile. I think we win. Very cool to play through all this, also. Can cast your Phoenix to have a blocker? They can. One blocker doesn't do it, though. Right? Because of the Lava Dart. Yeah, that was the first league, first match. And I will say, you know, if our goal is evaluating Bloodfeather Phoenix specifically, it looked very good that match. Looked very good that match. Mulligan. I guess. You gotta keep these. But so the Mold to 6 also. Maybe this just kills them, we'll see. He does nothing. So 2020 Ward 2 Trample turn 2. Yeah, we're gonna play that again next, I think. We'll see, we'll see. When I first saw Phoenix, I thought the 2 power wouldn't be good enough for Constructed. I mean, 1 mana hasty 2 power creature in the graveyard is really good with flying. So they're playing the mono white list from last league, which is interesting. Sanctifier's post-board will be scary. We have the Chain to the Rocks, though. Okay, let's turn 1 Phoenix. We also discarded 2 lands from them, so maybe they have no lands. I don't know. Haven't done that in a while. Aside from the bug from the battling standouts, and then mostly I liked how the deck played. It's hard to evaluate. Yes! No way! Yes! My condolences, opponent. My condolences. Yes, let's go! Burning Grease, so nuts. Turn 1 Phoenix, you have no lands. Ugh, what a card. They consider Breach and Bauble for... I mean, so like, what's awkward is Bauble and Breach, neither of them play with the Phoenixes themselves. They don't play very well with the card. I would play Ox of Agonis also over Underworld Breach in this deck pretty easily. And I still want to include that card, but I had a hard time fitting it in. That's what she said. Sorry. My condolences. I think it's Shoaled, I don't know. Oh, I do. Could have played around it. They only pitched Thalia as Lieutenant, though. So they're still dead. And we get another Phoenix. Chain to the Rocks coming in against the Sanctifier Invec deck. But what comes out? The Channelers, maybe? No. I don't know. So it's like... I feel like it's hard to cut any of these enablers. We could Manamorphose, maybe. Let's try that. Yeah, I like Chain a lot of these kind of Boros decks that are soft to Sanctifier and to Murktide. It's like just such a clean answer to both those cards, and it's also pretty good against Yawgmoth. Okay, on the draw, still got Jegantha hanging out. This hand is really good if we draw a land, especially a fetch land. I'm gonna keep. I think the upside is high enough to keep on the draw. Okay, Gutshot of Thalia. Yeah, also having double Chain to the Rocks means we can beat 2 Sanctifiers, which is something that is otherwise very difficult to do. Do you have to draw a fetch land? We have 9, I think. 9 fetch lands, 2 Sacred Foundry. We'd also just lose. Any losers in the chat? I appear to be a loser here. Maybe we could gut shot this human token. Yeah, just gonna lose instead. I don't know. We could gut shot Bolt. Off it. Yeah, it's okay. They got Mana Screw game 1. I got Mana Screw this game. I probably should put it on the screen. No deck text. Pete, you get the only deck tech today. Let's take a check and take a look. We'll get him back tomorrow. I just kind of want to focus on the gameplay today. But since you paid. Alright, Sneep. Zombo combo. I miss playing goblins. So the combo is Putrid Goblin, Thran Vigil, Sacrifice Outlet. Why do I feel like there's another combo with the Ozlith that I'm missing somehow? Or maybe is. It's a good Esper Sentinel. Okay, let's just bolt the Esper Sentinel. Let's do it now to give them less looks at a shoal. I like that we have Chain of the Rocks for a Sanctifier that we won't randomly discard to. Our discard effect. How does it feel to run into one of your brews less than 2 hours after playing it yourself? Pretty normal. Pretty normal. Let's go. Everybody's stuck on lands. Getting Sanctified? Are getting Sanctified. It's off our Delirium, but we have actually like a pretty good just Arclight Phoenix, attack 4, 11. Ozlith lets you machine gun your Nested Shambler and Carrion Fiender with Bombardment or Daredevil. Okay, so, but how do you get counters for the Ozlith? Is it just like, it's just Carrion Feeder is the only way you can put counters on the Ozlith? That doesn't seem good enough to play. If they double block a hollow one, which do I kill? I think I just have to kill the stupid Sanctifier. Although it's cool I have Delirium through the Sanctifier because the hollow one got dying. Yeah, I guess I don't like that very much. I also don't really like that we're playing Urza Saga here without like a combo piece being a tutor target. I don't think this is a good Saga deck, and I don't think the Ozlith is good without more counter synergies, which I can't obviously think of. I do like the idea of getting power on Nested Shambler in this kind of shell. Oh, you need to play 4 Undead Augur. That card is so good in these kind of decks. It's like, in my experience, like your best card by a lot. My opponent's on a Molded 6. I'm going to join them. I don't think this hand has enough of a plan to keep. I like this one more. Okay. Some loose thoughts. I do miss playing the old zombie decks. My opponent also has a Jegantha. Okay, so it probably takes the salvaging. How would I feel about that other hand against the Thoughtseize? I think probably about the same. Maybe a little bit better. You always feel a bit better when you don't mulligan against the Thoughtseize. My opponent also bowled a 6. Kind of a wash. I do like that we could just potentially cast our Phoenix on turn 2. We get our ledger shredded. That's only our first league with this deck. We're at 2-0. Didn't discard any of our Bloodfeather Phoenixes. And also letting the Shredder connive is a bit awkward here, but I'm going to cast my Hollow One. What deck we're playing is, this is Grixis Death Shadow. You just discarded a iteration. Would be very surprised if there wasn't another one over there. There it is. Shredder's really good against us. Probably bringing the Chain to the Rocks. Shredder and Shadow are both pretty scary. Discard a Ragavan. I wish they had cast that. Maybe they block and I get to dart it. That would be awesome. Or gut shot. 2/2 Death Shadow. Do you think DRC would be better than Flame Adept in a more traditional Hollow Vine deck? I'm not sure. It's somewhat close. I know this grows the Shadow, but I don't think we're winning this game by not attacking. We have 3 points of burn in our hand, plus the Phoenix. Our life total's high enough to take a hit. Draw a Lightning Bolt, or another Dart for extra burn. They've got 4 cards in their hand, hopefully all Thoughtseizes and fetch lands. But Flamewake Phoenix, this deck does not have nearly enough 4 power creatures to consider playing Flamewake Phoenix. We literally only have Hollow one. Yeah, but your Flameblade Adept is like you kind of have to play Street Wraith with that card. You have to play Ox of Agonis, so that it has harder requirements. Okay, let's take the hits. Draw a Bolt. Darkest Dart could do it. Channeler, okay. I mean, I guess I'm screwed. Or maybe I can go for... No, I think the best line is actually go Channeler, Gutshot them, Lava Dart them, Flashback Dart, and try to mill over an Arclight Phoenix to attack for sneaky lethal. Obviously, they could have a red removal spell, but I think this is our line. Are they not dead to swing if they don't block Hollow One? Yeah, the weird thing is they're gonna block the Hollow One, I think. So kind of like this, just try to find the Arclight Phoenix, and they're dead if they don't have a removal spell. Wrong Phoenix, and I can't pay the mana. We're not dead on board exactly, but we can only beat nothing, which is not what they have. Because they discarded 2 super relevant cards. Okay, game 2. Gonna bring in the Chain to the Rocks. They would do like -2 Gutshot on the... Well, no, Gutshot, they're a Channeler deck too. Unlike Scan, which just has Ragavan. We'll just cut the Manamorphoses again. Hard matchup to mulligan in, so we won't. Not the terrible hand, but does kind of need to draw an Enabler, but maybe we could dig for one with the Channeler. I'll keep an Upkeep Stomp, although I think I'd usually just want to draw my card, even if they played Channeler or Ragavan first. But that I will have the option. A red deck without Ragavan, is this still modern? I think there are plenty of reasonable red decks without Ragavan. I would say, I think Prowess usually doesn't want to play Ragavan. This deck is kind of similar to that. Ragavan's not that good in comparatively rather, not that good in these high synergy red decks, so decks like Goblins, decks like Prowess, decks like this. I think I cast the Salvaging. Cast it on their... either in response to the fetch or on their upkeep. Is Adept playable in the shell or not there? You need to play Street Wraith and Ox of Agonis, so... The problem is, when you're building this version that's trying to, bring back the Phoenixes, it's, a lot harder to do that. Playground Spell Pierce here. Lord Kara, thank you for the Twitch Prime. I feel like there's another good example of a red deck without Ragavan. Oh, the green-red food deck. Any red deck that can't kill a creature on turn 2. Or usually can't kill a creature turn 2. To clear the way for Ragavan, usually doesn't want it. Discard the bolts. Can the Phoenix be brought back into turn? I guess so. Yeah. Interesting. That's something I really thought about. Obviously, you're not usually going to want to do that. Really high upside if we Goblin Lore here. I think I'm not supposed to, though. I think I'm just supposed to go Dart. Bring back both Phoenixes. Yeah, Burn doesn't play right. Burn is another huge example. I'm definitely liking this Phoenix a lot so far. It's only been, 3 matches. Go to Reddit, read CP articles, or have any go-to source with brewing? Not anymore. Like, you know, I'm just like do this every single day, and so I don't feel like I need sources really. I actually like have not looked at any Magic subreddit in a long time, unless it, like I get a friend like sends me a link or something. I like never browse it myself. I think it's like I don't know. I really don't enjoy it. I don't know. I'll read articles occasionally, but for the most part, I'm just like lost in the sauce, sweating, eating Cheetos, trying to find decks. Let's Lava Dart let's Bolt the Shadow. I know it doesn't block, but we can Lava Dart the Phoenix, or the Channeler. No Arclight Phoenix in my yard, unfortunately, but we did find the hollow one, which is good. This is whenever an instant or sorcery deals damage. I mean, I guess I could just like... Yeah, I guess I don't need to kill the Channeler. Like, the Channeler just has to attack and isn't blocking again. I don't think you should play Fiery Temper here, but I do have a soft spot for the card. So we draw land, we can hardcast Phoenix, Lava Dart, then bring back a Phoenix. Close game. Maybe not that close. Maybe we're just behind. Maybe we're just behind. Oh boy. I'm gonna put a card on top. Unlicensed Hearse, insanely good here. I think I have to start them. I was kind of hoping that they would wait on the Hearse and I could go like Flashback Dart and then they'd Hearse and then I could Gutshot them and bring back my Phoenix in response. But unfortunately not able to make that play. They have to attack with the Channeler. They're sending with everything. Can't block with this Phoenix. They're not sending with everything anymore. They're sending with everything again. I mean, I think this is just the block. We could draw Lava Dart to bring back our Phoenix, or like Cantrip. Another Shadow's really tough. I guess I could have blocked the Hollow one instead. Yeah, I guess I should have blocked the Hollow one instead. Alright, tough game. Good match number 4, 2-1. Not so bad. Alright, we'll look at this. Up against another Jegantha deck. Jegantha's everywhere. Not Shadow this time. Hopefully you say Ragavan. Channeler, hopefully that stays 1 toughness for at least a turn. Alright, needs 1 card type. Boop. So they're probably playing Prowess. They could have Mutagenic Growth here, but I still would like to Lava Dart that. I'm going to play Goblin Lore next turn. Enter the Mishra's Bauble Step, sometimes referred to as the Upkeep. Delirious Channeler. Soulscar Mage. Triple threat on the play. Very good. Oh, sorry, we were on the play. No, they were on the play. I don't know why I was thinking I was. Okay. Hopefully this Hollow one stays in our hand. It didn't, but a different one did. And then we have an Arclight Phoenix in the graveyard that hopefully we can bring back next turn. Going like Inquiry, bring back all the Phoenixes. Not sure I'm going to sideboard in this matchup. I mean, again, this is the kind of deck that you really don't want to overly sideboard. It's going to be kind of tough. I just see Manamorphose in the Prowess deck. I always feel really weird, or I always think that you should be playing it in the Prowess deck. This goes well with like every single card in your strategy. Do you know for a fact it's different? I think that, like, I don't know for a fact, but I think that if it was the same one, it would have stayed in the same position. Not that it really matters, right? Yeah, these main deck Unholy Heats and Prowess are really interesting to me. You know, I kind of have a hard time like articulating a thought even on them, like. But the players who seem to like main deck the heats and the prismatic endings tend to like them. But I tend to like just like bolting Lava Dart instead. I much prefer main deck heat and ending to Manamorphose. My opponent has both. I don't know. Manamorphose is a card that is so hard for me to get away from in the Prowess Shell, but maybe I should be. I know a lot of pilots are cutting it. I only have one Phoenix, unfortunately. Could try to double dart this. It's just too unlikely to work. It actually won't work because they have their own darts, and I think we're going to have to play the sad defensive Arclight Phoenix. We did not win game 2 against Shadow. Is there a reason to fetch before Burning Inquiry? Yeah, I think you want one less land in your deck. When you Inquiry, you want to have a higher chance of like hitting Phoenixes. Manamorphose feels win more, or is an unknown quantity in a lot of situations. I don't know. I think win more is like not necessarily the best word to describe as 0 mana cantrip. Like the opportunity cost of playing this usually is not very high. And like not only is this card really good with your prowess game plan, it's also really good with the Underworld Breach game plan. Like I find myself in a lot of situations really happy that I'm able to go like turn 4 Breach Manamorphose loop rather than Bauble loop or Mutagenic Growth. It makes sequencing hard sometimes. Yeah, I don't always love that argument, but it is an argument, I guess. I would play Ox of Agonis over Breach in this deck, especially with no Vicious Baubles. Is worth the Phoenix over the Menace 1-drop. Let me test the card, please. Also, the Menace, we have to play like 6 extra cards for the Menace 1-drop, but please, I'm begging you, let me play the new cards. I don't know yet. Let me freaking cook. Could maybe have darted this here. Could have been correct. 1 extra land this turn. Also somewhat nice. To maybe bring back my Phoenix if I draw exactly Lightning Bolt, which I did do. But we're still... I guess they have no cards in their hand. We didn't play Imperial Sword today. We did Trophy with it yesterday. Did any non-creature spell. That was a White Convoke deck. We lost playing for a Trophy. Trophy means I like it. It means I don't hate it. Down to 2. This would be a wild game to win. We do have the salvaging for extra card. Okay, if we draw a like looting effect and get this Phoenix back, that would have been really exciting. Okay, game 2. Going to bring in the Chain T-Rocks. I'm gonna cut the gut shots. Kind of want to bring in Leyline. The Demolish from the deck or another version. It could, yeah. Could. Look at this. But I don't know, like, usually questions like, you know, Spike, could you just play, like, the old version of Hollow One instead of the new Phoenix? Like, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? It's like, you've been able to play that deck the whole time. I want to play the new card. And it's always just a little too early to form an opinion this early. Okay, I'm trying to think if I'm supposed to Manamorphose before Goblin Lore. Probably. Especially now that there's no Flusterstorm. Okay, not so bad. Like to keep the Chain to Rocks in the hands. If only we could have played 2 Hollow Ones. I very strongly advise you against playing Spirebluff, Canal, and Prowess. I think you should play as many fetch lands as possible for Underworld Breach, and then also like that gives you an entire mana base of mountains for Lava Dart. But it's mostly about having like as many fetch lands as possible for Breach. Coach, 5 months ago, thank you. Was there a nerf to battles? There was a nerf to specifically Might of Alara, I guess. Alright, hoping for a good Burning Inquiry. Also makes your splash, if you splash white, easier to have all fetch lands. Because we did discard the Arclight Phoenix, but found no more spells besides Bloodfeather. How was it nerfed? It was a bug where you don't get to copy a permanent when you flip Invasion of Alara, so I assume that'll be a bug that's fixed at some point. Excited to play it again. Clue Cup, 28 months, thank you. Yeah, I know, I say Might of Alara every single time. I don't know that I can ever say it correctly. Big draw step. Big draw. I think I want to be able to turn these lands into spells, so we'll keep them in here. No Lava Dart for the Bloodfeather Phoenix. I do like having a second copy of Change the Rocks here, and I think we hold the lands. Look again, thank you for the 28. Yeah, I really want to be able to bring back my Arclight Phoenix, so I'm just going to go 1, bring back Bloodfeather Phoenix, then cast Goblin Lore, and then Flashback Dart to bring back the Arclight. Maybe we'll mill over another Arclight Phoenix if we're lucky. We do mill over another Bloodfeather Phoenix and another Dart, which can give us another copy next turn. Not this turn. This is fun. So we're attacking for 5 here, and then we get 8 more damage next turn. Although they probably have a removal spell. Is there a better white instant or sorcery that can take Chain the Rocks? Over enchantment feels bad with the birds. I mean, your only option is Path to Exile. I really don't like registering that card, but you could register that card. It's really your only option, I think. Probably not sacking one of these 2 mountains. Was not Aaron of It was fine. It was fine, yeah. I think there's a lot of potential with the card still. I honestly, it was I think good in the show we played with the humans, but like, you know, the decision on like Aether Vial versus Shining Shoal is still in my mind an interesting conversation, and I also like wonder, like, do we need to play like Resolute Reinforcements or something like that as like another Convoke enabler? But I think the humans build was a good first draft. I think that the Luxodon, I think there still could be a build with like the more in on white Convoke cards with the Knight of Aaron Eos and the Loxodon that Convoke splits a counter and everything. Maybe not mono white though. Maybe you splashing a color. Well, their Jegantha is definitely not as flashy as mine. And the Phoenixes are going to get the job done this game. I just love how like it's so easy to bring this back every single turn when like Arclight Phoenixes often get like stuck in your graveyard for a bit. Maybe I cut all the channelers since they're kind of weak to Lava Dart and Bolts. And I try like triple Leyline again. Was Invasion of Ikora consideration? I mean, I considered all the new cards, but I'm really low on Invasion of Ikora. I honestly like the amount of buzz around that card. It's just one of these like it got upvoted on Reddit one time and people are really hyped about it. But to me, it's not a card that has many implications. I don't think that it is a card that is likely to make a splash. Like there has to be some kind of synergy, I think, beyond just flipping it. Yeah, I played in draft most of the time. Do you do text for made-up formats? No. No. Like, I'm able to do deck text for, like, Modern and, like, to a lesser extent Pioneer because I spend a lot of time in the format thinking about it and talking about it. I don't want to have to, like, learn a format for a single deck tech, unfortunately. But I do love made-up formats. Made-up formats are fun. But I also, like, for the same reason I don't do them for Legacy, I just, like, don't think about the formats enough. Yeah, I want to play the Dragon Battle this week. I really don't want to just like jam it in Domain Zoo, although that seems to be like a really good place for it. I tend to get kind of bored playing Domain Zoo, to be honest. Right on time. I think we wait on the Change the Rocks here. Just cast my Goblin Lore. Although this is really bad if I discard the Change the Rocks, but you just gotta have faith in your Goblin Lore sometimes. Well, I like that we were able to loot away the Leyline, but we didn't get too much value besides that. Dead Dad, 14 months ago, thank you. Invasion of Alara and Domain Zoo. Yeah, you can play it there too. That could be kind of exciting. I'll work on it though. I'll definitely be working on it. We're gonna be doing it all. This is this is in fact the place where we do it all. I think like I kind of want to pair the card with Sprite Dragon because like I really like how Sprite Dragon can pressure opposing battles, but like I don't likely think that it would be like a real upgrade to prowess. Is there another shell you can play it in? Probably not, so we'll find out. I'll put these on the same mountain so I can have more mountains to sack the dart. What's the plan of the deck? We have one Celestial, so we do like a lot of dumb red stuff, doesn't really matter at all. And then we have one Celestial Colonnade to attack our opponent with in the late game. That's plan A, really. Genius. Alright, we don't want to play the land because we want the highest chance of keeping these hollow ones in the hand, I think. Let's freaking go! Triple hollow one, and we can bring back a Bloodfeather Phoenix. Let's freaking go. But again, this doesn't matter. We have one Celestial Colonnade. I guess that they've just popped the Lantern. That's fine. Although we could have waited until we had like another burn spell to like respawn. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played into the Lantern. I don't know. I feel okay about it. I don't need to think too much. I can still cast this next turn. Yeah, they might think that they want to hold. Like they're not like snapping it off for some reason. Consider portable hold for the Chain the Rocks. Misses Murktide, but takes Graveyard Hate and no Lava Dart Nombo. It's not that big a Nombo. It's like only a Nombo if you only have one land left, but I don't know. For the most part, like you have Wear Tear for Graveyard Hate, and you have Change the Rocks for creatures, and like I really want to be able to Change the Rocks Murktide Reach it. That card is big. Also hitting Yawgmoth is relevant. I usually bring it in against Yawgmoth. Yeah, just drawing a card. Okay, well this worked out. Yeah, the new Phoenixes seem really good. Ultimately, like this is the most important part of like playing a new cards. It's like evaluating the new card itself. It's been like good the whole league. Is it good enough to make this deck like tier 1? Not necessarily, but this is also like just a variant that we have. I don't know if I'm going to get to this one today, but I also have a blue-red version that is playing. It's playing Ledger Shredder. It's playing Underworld Breach with the 8 Phoenixes, and like I think that this version is probably a bit better than the one we're playing right now. But I always like to play the more what's the word I'm looking for? The wackier deck, the higher variance deck first. Higher upside, maybe. Spicy. Yeah, spicy is the right word. And more all in. Could be dead on the crackback. We're really unlucky, but I'm not going to play around that. Frenchie, Twitch Prime, thank you. Okay, so Lava Dart here. They're going to have to flash it back in order to win this fight. Thank you, Frenchie. It's likely it means their hand is not very good because they could have just like taken this, right? Although they can't just take it. They can't just take it. We're dead to any combination of 2 Bolt or Lava Darts. Mutagen Growth, thankfully not castable. Another iteration, very scary. I think that's the 3rd one. Exile's Bauble, Prowess 3. Lava Dart is 40. I'm not dead to 1 Bolt or 1 Lava Dart, but I'm still dead to like any spell plus Lava Dart or Bolt plus 2 spells somehow. Yeah, a lot of chains on this rock, huh? If I'm reading correctly, search for a card you own outside the game now means any card from outside the game. Yeah, you'd have to like link the specific section for me, but I think this is like that's how it always has been in casual play. I doubt that this is different now for tutor effects. Did it take them this long to count to 8? They might just be conceding, like just cast a bolt and concede because they're 1 point short. Be a bad slow roll, huh? Oh no, they have the bauble. They can draw a burn spell off the bauble. That would be a way to die. Alright, I'm singing too. Well, so much going on. That was the mountain spreading seas. All the chain rocks fall off because it's no longer a mountain. Oh, okay. Lava dart! It's a good draw. Okay, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. I like that we're like, you know, we've been winning a lot with these brews so far too. We got a trophy. We lost playing for a trophy twice. We're playing for a 4-1. Always a good start to it. Sometimes it like seasons are shaky at the beginning, or it just takes some time to like hammer out lists and understand what the cards are doing. It's been a good start. Magic Online or in modern tournaments, you get to like bring your entire trade binder for Card the Great Creator or something. Isn't this insane for card? I don't think that this is. I don't think this is what you think it is. I think it's just worded poorly. You would have made a much bigger deal about it. Ooh, scales, very cool. Because, like, honestly, like, if it is what we think it is, this line of text, you don't need to bring every card you own from outside the game. Yes, you, like, literally do. You know what I mean? For tournaments. You actually do need to, like, bring every freaking card you own. But I don't think that that's actually what that means. Or I hope not. Okay, let's keep that salvaging. Graveyard this to Delirious the Channeler and get in. Yeah, I would be very surprised if that was a real rules change to these tutor effects. I'd also be very surprised if that was a rule change where you could just like bring your trade binder for Karn the Great Creator, it would immediately be like just not the rule anymore. Like it would make like you would like have a shoebox full of Karn the Great Creator tutor targets, and that would just be like a logistical paper tournament nightmare. So this only triggers on cast, so I could potentially dart it here. I think instead I'm going to be... Oh, this is my upkeep. So dart the... I thought that was on my main phase. This is bad. I should have waited until my main phase. A little confused. What's up?
Do you want some Taco Bell?
Just the Baja Blasts.
No cheesy bean and rice burrito?
No. Thank you, though.
Okay. No steak quesarito?
No food. No food.
No food.
I had breakfast, so I didn't have to eat on stream again.
Okay. The Baja Blast. A normal one, right? Not the frozen one?
Yeah.
A large? Or medium?
Medium's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Well, thank you. So we have three darts. Hopefully we're not dead. So if they go equip, we bolt, they animate Nexus. I dart. What does this do? Huh. I don't have this in my scales list at the moment. Maybe I should. I guess I just bolt them. So if I bolt this construct, it would be a 5-power lifelink creature that's hitting me. Instead it's a 3-power lifelink creature that's hitting me, which is just the same as bolting them. Merix is really good in scales. I play 2 or 3. So the good thing is the ability to make the artifact. I don't know, you have a lot of utility lands already, right? But I do really like that it taps for a color. Like that is obviously really relevant, so. No, hard to evaluate maybe. This can dig me pretty hard for Arclight Phoenix or the other Phoenix. I guess we keep it. Definitely kind of looking for Arclight Phoenixes here. We could also activate for Zabaz for any color if the turn you play it. There's another Lava Dart. Okay, so we go cast Hollow One, cast Salvaging, graveyard that. Then we're gonna dart my opponent, digging for another Arclight, or at first Arclight Phoenix 3 times. Can also find a Bloodfeather Phoenix and pay for it, but I think that's a little short. I think we need an Arclight Phoenix, right? This is down to 9. Oh, actually, one Arclight Phoenix doesn't even quite do it. Although, with the 4th dart it does, so we're gonna, if we find Arclight Phoenix here, we win. We don't find it. In these kind of spots with the, like, the Channeler dart decks, I think you do just have to identify these points, like, go all in. But I don't think that this is going to be enough. Sad to see 32 cards with no Arclight Phoenix. I think that they're good. This looks sick. We're going to play Scales with Ozlith, too. I have to sell my collection, keep 1 between Murktide, Hammer, Yawgmoth. Equal fun playing. What should I do? I can't answer that question for you. You have to figure out for yourself. That's a very personal decision. I can actually see myself bringing in 12 cards here. All these cards are good against them. Maybe not the Leylines. Scales is hella bugged. Is there like a new bug? I haven't heard about it. What if I cut like Hollow One, Inquiry, Goblin Lore, and then I did just bring in all 12 cards? Because like the Hollow One plans like they're really good against Hollow One. Let's try this. I kind of like it. Zabaz is broken. Oh right, Zabaz, casting Zabaz ends the game. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, that was almost like a derailed stream. I forgot. I wonder if my opponent knows that. Weighing pros and cons for 2 weeks. I would keep Yawgmoth of those decks. I would keep Yawgmoth personally. But again, don't hold that over me. I almost like this hand enough to keep. I'm gonna keep. So the to 6. Oh, you can't register Zabaz. I like that. I like when they like game-breaking cards don't get registered. Okay, so we'll get around to it later. I'm not gonna like gut shot them on the upkeep probably, but if they play a 1 toughness creature like a worker, okay, get the surveil on the upkeep is really nice. Or a sentinel. Okay, now I'll do it. Now that I'm losing my channeler. Punished. Should have just had faith in the deck. Yeah, Zabaz, if it's cast, literally restarts the game. When I was playtesting the Dramatic Entrance deck, I was 2-0 up against Hardened Scales, and my Scales opponent cast Zabaz. That was like right when the bug started to happen, and I ended up just conceding to move on with my day, but it was a weird day. Okay, discard the Bloodfeather. Wish I had my gut shot. Yeah, if I still have my gut shot, I could gut shot them, cast Wear Tear, bring back Phoenix. I don't, so we are passing. Maybe didn't sideboard correctly. I always like trying like kind of out there plans though. I'm playing a deck for the first time, just to see. Maybe could have cast this here. Then they get 2 tokens. I think you can just let the worker be in play for a bit. I do have Manamorphose to maybe cast the Leyline, which turns off the Walker and the Modular. Maybe I was holding this up for a possible Wear Tear fuse. Maybe I could put Jegantha in my hand. A lot of options here, obviously. Just Jegantha. Oh, I lost Jegantha because of Leyline. Right. I always forget that. Good thing I'm not playing paper. Ever had someone old Karn Librita Moto? Yeah, sure. Plenty of times. That's a pretty good one. I think I just have to get the welding jar used. Likely taking the L. Think Skelemental's strong enough? If not, why? I always love the chat questions that are worded like an SAT prep course. Spike, in 30 words or less, explain why my pet deck is the coolest deck and why my friend Carl's pet deck is lame and, dare I say, cringe. I've registered Skelemental before. It's okay. I tend to like other options. Could cast the Leyline, but I think instead we're supposed to go like Bolt, Soulless Jailer. Ooh. So now I get to go Well, I guess they just go change the rocks, hanger back, bolt, bolt, soulless jailer. Okay. Yeah, let's attack. Good draw. I think I'm still attacking, especially with the salvaging coming back next turn. Can discard this and then... So, discard this for 0, pay for the Sentinel. And if we draw a burn spell, we're bringing back 2 Bloodfeather Phoenixes. And my opponent, didn't do anything last turn. Why Leyline is a dude with on-death interactions? Yeah, it stops all of their modular cards. Although, actually, I probably shouldn't have brought in Leyline because they don't have Zabaz anymore. But it stops their Arcbound, their Arcbound Worker, Arcbound Ravager, and Hagerback Walkers. Okay, I think now with this as the blocker for the Ballista, I get in here. Especially with 2 more Bloodfeather Phoenixes in the yard. Okay, so we can't block here. We're taking 4. We're not dead. We need to draw a Burn Spell. Burn Spell, bring back 2 Bloodfeather Phoenixes. Attack for 9 in the air. They can kill 1 Phoenix. It has to be Bolt. It has to be exactly Bolt. Oh, I have to, yeah, it has to be exactly Bolt. Well, it's not exactly Bolt. And I'm still dead. If I go wear tear this, they put me down to 2, block here, die. Can't block with this. I was dead to pump. I don't think I was dead to pump. I just block. But they pendinged first. Okay, 3-2 that league. That's okay. I'm excited to try this version with Ledger Shredder Bloodfeather Phoenix. I'll say that I liked Bloodfeather Phoenix that league. That's the most important thing. Excited to try this one next time we play a Bloodfeather Phoenix deck, but that being said, I do want to pivot to the green-red Convoke deck.